Welcome to the channel, guys. Today we are doing our third video in our crypto breakdown series where we go over some of your guys' favorite coins. We go over the fundamentals, we go over the technicals, and we go over overall what we think about them. In this week's video, I am once again joined by my good colleague, Austin, a licknack, and in this video we are going over ApeCoin. Austin, welcome back as always.
Thanks for having me, Logan. Ready for another video.
Awesome.
Ready to go.
So, the ApeCoin has kind of taken the internet by storm. It just had a recent push up to around $27 at the time of this recording. It just fell 20% in the last 7 days. But interestingly enough, just yesterday into today, it moved up and down another 20%, with it being up around 10% right now on the day. So, there's a lot of hype behind this project. There's a lot of, obviously, volatility. What are your first impressions going into this?
Well, I noticed that we jumped right into price action right away, and I think that's something that a lot of people are concerned about. I think that's what's bringing a lot of attention to this thing, right? Like, how can I get in on ApeCoin? Is it a 100x potential? Is it a 50x potential? What's going on with this project? I want to get involved. I want to make some money. I think that's the general kind of consensus that a lot of people are getting, especially the newer people to cryptocurrency. But first, I do want to start by just kind of acknowledging what the coin is and kind of where we stand today. So right now I'm on coinmarketcap.com. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. If there's problems with that, Logan should let me know. But I think we're good. So we can come down here. We can see that ApeCoin is currently number 30 in market cap. Now, if we go to another website such as like Coin Paprika, it might be a little different because there's some coins that CoinMarketCap doesn't consider, such as like Hex, right? Normally Hex would be a top 10 cryptocurrency. It's not on CoinMarketCap, but is what it is. So roughly speaking, we know that ApeCoin is like in the higher ups of cryptocurrencies, right? Its market cap is very high, and it has a pretty good position when it comes to where it is on the list. As far as its fundamentals goes, right? I mean, I know a lot of people, and Logan, you can definitely hop on and tail this conversation or this sentence whenever you want. But I know that the large majority of the coins or the tokens are already allocated to people who own, right? They were airdropped to people who own the Bored Ape NFTs, as well as people who worked on the project and the people who are involved with the whole governance thing, right? Yeah,
exactly. So they kind of distribute it into four main groups, this coin. 62% is allocated, and I'm gonna have this on screen so you guys can see this. 62% is allocated to what they refer to as the ecosystem fund, which we definitely have to talk more about in a little bit. 16% is dedicated to Yuga Labs, who is the creator of Bored Ape Yacht Club and the Mutant Ape Yacht Club.
And charity with Yuga Labs.
Yes, and charity. I believe that is 6.25% of their share goes to a charity that is referred to as the Jane Goodall Legacy Foundation. So, we should actually look into what the Jane Goodall Foundation is. But besides we have 14% goes to launch contributors, people who helped launch the project, and 8% goes to Bored Ape Yacht Club founders. So a part of these are being distributed to, people that held Mutant Ape Yacht Clubs and Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. That is a part of the ecosystem fund.
Right. And so when this coin was launched, a lot of the people who really got to take advantage of this launch were the people who were already involved with the NFT in some kind of way, right?
Exactly.
It wasn't necessarily beneficial to you if you weren't involved with any of this stuff before, right? You didn't get an airdrop because it does cost, what's the floor price on a Bored Ape right now? It's 85 Ethereum, I believe. Maybe it's lower or higher right now, I'm not sure. But the barrier to entry to own one of those NFTs is just astronomically out of this world. So to benefit from this drop, you did have to be already in a good position to start with. So what does this leave us from an investment perspective? Right? I mean, where does that leave us? Well, let's go over the chart. I know we were talking about price a little bit earlier when we started the video, but will this thing 100x, Logan? What are your thoughts?
I personally don't, and for my crypto investments, I myself am looking primarily into the fundamentals, and this project already did a 200x, I believe, is what they were saying from ICO when they first were giving out the coin. So, that in of itself is a pretty nice size move.
I don't know if 200x is accurate. I'm not sure.
200%. My apologies. 200%. But I'm now seeing that it obviously did much more than that. We're looking at 451%.
Well, that's from the absolute bottom, right? In general, if you were to hop on this right from the get-go, kind of like the first 4-hour close, give or take, and you were to manage to sell that to the top, you would have gotten a nice 270% out of it, right? And that's obviously a wonderful return. And it could definitely end up going higher. We can see, some points of consideration here. The main point, where most of the volume is taking place, most of the buying and selling, the point of control is currently around $13. But guys, to be honest with you, I don't want to put a damper on anything, but I don't believe that this is the project that is going to get people rich. I don't think this is the project that's going to change your life. It obviously already could have, I guess, if you owned a Bored Ape. But I mean, guys, the market cap on this thing is currently, pushing $5 billion. They don't, given, not everything's in circulating supply yet. So, there will be a lot of selling pressure perhaps in the future as more of that supply gets put into the hands of holders, and that will allow them to sell in exchange for USD or euros or whatever, or stable coins, whatever. So that'll provide a lot of selling pressure. And so I'm not sure what this thing's going to do, but the market cap's already considerably high, right? To get 100x out of this thing, you would need the market cap to quite literally go to like 400 billion, which is just crazy, right? I don't even think Ethereum is near that right now. Oh, it's 350 billion. Yeah, so I mean, like, it would have to just absolutely take over the cryptocurrency market for you to get this 100x, right? And why am I mentioning 100x? Well, in the cryptocurrency world, people will see a project like this ApeCoin. They're like, oh, this is the next thing to 100x or 50x or whatever. Unfortunately, I just don't see that being a reality in this coin. I definitely think that we can see some good returns. Maybe we see the price double, triple, quadruple, maybe, or even 10x, right? I'm not putting it down that this coin can't be a top 10 cryptocurrency if that's where the people want it to be. It could definitely go up, push maybe a $50 billion market cap. I don't know, and that would cause for this coin, to go up very significantly in price. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a very attractive investment to me at this time. I could be eating those words a few years from now, but yeah, that's just kind of how I feel right now. What are your thoughts?
I completely agree, and what I was saying before was the fundamentals of the project for me just don't make a lot of sense. To my understanding, it will be used a little bit in their version of the Metaverse, which could have a positive impact on price and could result in that 4x, 5x that you were talking about. And potentially even move it into the top 10, although I don't know if that's very likely. Right now, it just seems as if the project is made to make the people who started it and the people who have the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs and Mutant Ape Yacht Clubs more money. That's what it seems like to me. The idea of it is a decentralized organization, decentralized autonomous organization, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
And essentially they have a board, and if you look at the board right now, it entirely consists of people who, are in the ecosystem. Like somebody's from FTX, or a lot of people from Yuga Labs. So right. To me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm not a big fan of the fundamentals that I'm reading. I read through their white paper, I read through their website, and I'll be posting, pictures along here so you can read along. I'm just not sure if it has a lot of utility, and that's something that Austin and I look into a lot. We refer to ourselves as utility maximalists. Could this have utility when the Metaverse comes along? Absolutely. But again, it's going to have a lot of competition, so I'm not sure how much utility it will have. And in terms of technicals, it's already at $15. It has a almost $5 billion market cap. I really don't know how much higher this thing could go, especially with the entire market coming down recently. I do not think that ApeCoin, at least right now, if it does not improve in any way, has a very bright future.
Yeah, it currently is down roughly a little over 40% from its recent high. It's all-time high if you want to consider this crazy wick up to $40. It's a little bit further down than that, but yeah, it doesn't seem like a very attractive investment just because it's like if you were late to the party, you don't own a Bored Ape, a Bored Ape, then you snooze, you lose, I guess, right? That's kind of the feeling it's giving off. But like I said, I could be eating my words in a few years, and this thing could be absolutely through the moon. Maybe it does go to $100 or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it's an interesting project. I'm going to keep my eye on it, and same Logan, I'm sure will keep his eye on it. Right now, from a technical standpoint, I'm not seeing anything special. It kind of looks like maybe we could be starting to form like the head and shoulders here, right? Rough idea. It wouldn't form out until we broke the neckline, which would be roughly around $13, $13.80, give or take, right? The neckline would be right around there. So if we broke that, then I would suspect, price to come to that point of control and perhaps even come a little bit lower down to $11, maybe $10.